we made it. Rory, how you doing, bud?
I'm doing good, my friend. How are you?
Pretty good. I thought we had remote control. Looks like we lost it.
Looks like.
Looks like we lost it. All right, let's restart some of those pieces. I won't restart the stream, but I'm going to restart some of the pieces outside of the stream. Weird that my... Okay, there we go. Let's see. I want to get... I'm going to shut that down. I'm just shutting down the overlays. Shutting down this guy as well. It's interesting. This guy is kind of connected, but it's got to connect to a couple things here, including Twitch. So we'll close that down. Let's restart them. Here comes number 1. Here comes number 2. And here comes app number 3. Meanwhile, let's go to this view and let's refresh. Let's bring this up here. Let's refresh all of the pages. Yeah, I've got
That's a better time, at least.
Yeah, I have a sound card problem. I got a bunch of these sound cards right here, which seemed like a really good idea at the time. But I've had problems with every single one of them. And
really?
Yeah, and the problem I've had with every single one has been the connector in the back. All right, here we go, refreshing the drone game as well. So all those are refreshed. Let's reload everything up here. Let's see if we starting to get some sort of control. Like, for example, I should be able to play some music. There we go. We should have some control of Fred. Normally I do these tests beforehand, but I had to restart OBS. I thought I did all the tests after that, but you know, sometimes that happens. Let me show you what we finished doing. It actually looks pretty good, Rory. You were here for a large part of it.
Yes.
Let's bring up the Stream Deck so you can kind of get a sense of where I am. This is the main page for the Dungeons and Dragons Dungeon Master. And we're going to go in here. So I'm going to, or no, not here, down here. I'm going to hit this button. And then I get to choose which player I want to roll the dice next. And so each player's got a column. So I've got Fred, and Fred with advantage is there. And you can see...
and it's great because it works in combination with others. So you can pick any of the players and any quantity of the players.
Yes, it is. And exactly any combination. So now I've got 3 players rolling the dice. One's got advantage. Maybe I want to give myself disadvantage. Right, I just hit that button there. Functionally it works. And then when we do the roll, like for example, an intimidation check, they drop the die, they fly away, they explode, and the die come rolling in from the top, the same colors as what we've got showing. So it's pretty good.
That's not bad at all, is it?
Not bad at all. But I'm gonna, we're gonna take it to the next level. We're gonna make it a little bit better.
Always.
I know, Roy, you're like, Mark, seriously? Always, that's what we're going to do.
I have this picture of Mark makes a birthday cake, and everyone else goes with kind of circular cake with pattern on top, and then you're like, well, more sprinkles, more fireworks, more construction, more...
Yeah.
And, the otherwise flat cake is now, I don't know, it's like Superman's Fortress of Solitude in terms of construction. It's like this huge constructed ice... that's kind of what I picture you'd produce.
It's kind of where I go. When my youngest daughter was describing a cake she wanted, because we'd already been doing cakes like you described,
yeah.
She said, I want a cake with a sun on top of it. And a cloud. And I'm like, at first I'm thinking, okay, it's a picture of the sun. But no, it's not. She wants a working sun above it.
Oh, wow.
And not on the cake, but floating above the cake about 4 feet in the air. So she wants a fireball levitating 4 feet above the cake. And she wants a rain cloud, also levitating 4 feet above the cake.
Okay.
I have been trying to work that out, how to solve that problem for a while. I can do it for a short period of time. I can't do it for a long period of time. I'm trying to figure it out, right? And that's how I am, right? And I also find myself, it's to some degree, I would think arguably an affliction. If I can see where perfection, where the next level is, I cannot stop myself from going there. So unfortunately, that's what we're going to do today. But we're trying to do it as quickly as possible. We've almost achieved perfection with this. I'll show you what's really good about it. What's good is it feels pretty natural. What's
There's
good
some
is
sound effects in there as well. That's really nice.
We do. We have sound effects coming in. The sound effects are randomly picked out. So there's a different level of height. There's a different level of size. So they don't all look the same. There's a different frequency in the beats. So it's not all the same. So our ability to suspend disbelief is improved. Mr. Smoopy's out there. Hi, Mr. Smoopy.
Hey, Mr. Smoopy.
I'm gonna prioritize.
How's it going?
I'm gonna try and get Smoopy a fanfare here soon. He totally deserves it. So that part's good. The drop is excellent, right? When we go to drop, here comes the drop. It's really not bad. That is all beautiful. It works. It's got my attention. I love all of that. There's some minor issues. Mr. Smoopy says, really no rush on that. I appreciate that. What's more from me too? So I guess I want to know when you come in. Look at this guy right here. Look at the arm on this guy. See the brake right up there?
Oh, ever so slightly on the right-hand side as I look at it.
Yeah, also the far left. Same problem. So when they get small, it's too close. I got to drop it down a little bit. It's a minor issue. We just got to drop the die down a little bit. I don't know. Why not? Let's try to see if we can fix that now. That's, I think, in this space. Is it here?
That was the combination of the offset or scaled offset, wasn't that?
Yeah. Oh, the die offset here, 20. It's just this one setting. I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to estimate, I don't know, let's do this. Let's make it bigger. Let's say it's 25. That may be all we need. That looks like easily 5 pixels, fewer than 5 pixels. So let's do that. I think that'll fix it. Let's refresh. We got that super fast refresh we built yesterday. So I refreshed in one space. I alt-tab over here, hit F5. I built that in as well, so we get that really fast refresh. And then I can immediately start hitting the buttons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's try it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so now I'm not liking it because the smaller ones, they're just, I want it a little higher. I don't want it that far away. See what I'm saying?
Sure. Yeah. It looks like they're not quite grabbing hold of the dice.
And this guy, we got the problem here. On this guy right here. See the break in his arm?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, there are a couple ways to fix it. And, I guess maybe mine's not the best right way. Min good scale is my problem. What's my min good scale? 0.8. I still think that's good. So do I want to go further? I think I want to go further. I think I want to almost customize this is what I want to do. Let's do this. This is going to take a second, but we're going to come in here. We're going to go through each one of these and look at these one at a time and adjust it for each one. So we'll do it by 1/10 increments. So we'll start it at 5 and see what the problem is. So again, over here, refresh there, refresh here, hit the buttons. Okay,
well, that's very much.
That's at half scale. So we want to make that much bigger. That's what we want to do. We don't have any die offset being set at all, I think, though, right? Yeah, we're not setting it anywhere. I took out that line of code.
No.
So here, if we're at 0.5, let's do something like this. Let's say the die offset here looks to be, I'd say, about 13, 14, 16. We'll try 16. Okay, let's try it. Refresh. This is the beauty. Refresh and
gotta like those short development cycles.
Yeah. Okay, not enough. I'd say another maybe even it goes to 25. Let's try 25. Oh wait, hold on. Less than or equal to, because we're at 0.5 right up there.
Sure, yeah.
Let's do that. Let's change these pieces here because effectively we've tested nothing. All right, one more time. Refresh, hit the button to bring them up. I'm good.
That's not bad.
I'm good.
Yeah.
All right, let's take 0.6 and do the same thing. Let's use the 16 and see how far off we are with that 0.6.
Yeah.
Okay. And we're going to also have to figure out this guy here too. This is the last one we'll have to figure out. Whoops. Let's do this one too. We'll do something. We'll have a to-do in there as well. All right, so 0.6 is coming next. All right, there's the change. There's that refresh. There's this refresh. Here they come. I'm okay with that. It's good for me. Okay?
Yep.
You good with that? All right, so there's my min scale. Oh, shoot. Hold on.
What's the error, though?
No.
As if it's not being used.
Yeah, no, it's my fault.
You've changed the wrong one, haven't you? It's the scale rather than min scale.
You got me. I was believing an alternate reality existed for a moment, and I was excited about that.
All we did was confirm
reality.
that what we saw was not inconsistently having a gap. So,
yeah,
technically it was still good.
Wait, what is this? I think I hit run from here or something. What's going on here? Create air explosion. Oh, not returning anything. Let's return it. Thanks for that. I love that. What other error did I get? Is it the same one? It's the same function, I think. Okay, cool. All right, so anyway, what am I doing here? Refresh this.
Yes.
And refresh this.
6 in the correct location this time. They are a little bigger, I think, still.
Yeah,
and
they look good. It's
looks
okay for
good.
me. Yeah, I'm totally okay with that. All right, next, we're going to go for a scale of 0.7. And here we go. Refresh. Here's the button hit. Needs more.
That's definitely needed more, yeah.
Okay, so let's do that. We're at greater than or equal to 0.7. Oh, well, we don't even have the diopsid 16 in there. So my bad on that.
True.
Maybe we'll go ahead and, while we're at it, throw it here too. So let's do one more refresh on that. 1, 2, like that. Hit the refresh key there and bring them up. I think we're good.
That's not looking bad, yeah.
We're good. Okay. All right, so there's my 0.7. Let's go to 0.8. And where are we going to go? That means we're going to go down here at 0.8. Yeah. But what's min good scale? Oh, it is 0.8 though. So I guess we'll say less than or equal to for now. So we'll just see if what that 0.8 needs. Okay. Here's the refresh of 1, refresh number 2, button hit. That works for me.
That works too.
Okay, so now...
It's almost as if we found a magic number, but we know we're going to go higher.
What do you mean? No, we're good, I think. Isn't that done?
I'm sure you've had larger dragons on screen. Are you saying, though, that the range that we've got is good regardless then? Because that just means we've got a brilliant magic number of 16.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Now I understand what you're saying. Okay, cool. I don't know. Let's see what happens. Yeah, you might be right. It might just be that magic number 16. I'm going to do this right here. Comment this out for a second and just start throwing a bunch of these at us and just see. I'm going bigger than normal. It's almost, I wonder if it's wise to, if I should just actually manually set it to 1.1 because we haven't actually done that yet. This is comically fun for me, by the way.
Look at our algorithm that does all the complicated things to work out the same number regardless of what situation occurs.
That guy is hilarious, by the way. That guy is hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm pretty good with this.
It's great because he's struggling under the weight of the dice, so the speed at which he flaps is clearly needing to be faster.
Yeah.
This is very good.
I'm good. Okay. So that's one. Next, we had a question yesterday about asset creation. And I was like, you know what? Let's do it. Let's just create some assets here. We'll do it live.
Okay.
2 I'm playing with. And we'll see how long it takes to do them. One of them is when we come in. Actually, I guess it's 3 total assets I'm thinking about. One is when we come in and do this. I don't like. Guess who doesn't like the instant appear and disappear?
Yeah.
That's me, right? I also don't like this instant change either, right? No. So I'm going to change this up. I want, and I was thinking about different ways to do it while I was sleeping, right? Again,
best place for innovation, right?
That's where I do all my best work, and I ran through a couple different ideas for this, and ultimately, I decided, because I was actually thinking, oh boy, would it be cool if, right? And whenever you have that thought, you know you got to back away from that. Is that right, Karen Mangicotti?
Nope, I go running towards that thought.
Can I run towards that thought?
No, you're not allowed.
I'm not allowed.
Oh, I see.
I'm not
That
allowed
was
to
a
run to
very well constructed
that.
statement.
Yeah.
Karen's allowed run towards all the crazy, but you're not.
Yeah, Karen, I might leash tightens when I say, wouldn't it be cool if? But I'll throw it out. So imagine this. And by the way, oh, she's here.
I'm here. What are you exploding?
Oh, we're working on spreadsheets right now, honey. What's this say?
This is my daughter. We're doing clay, and my daughter has dyslexia, and she's super proud of it. So it says, I have dyslexia, but it might be...
The camera's reversed for the people as well, so it looks like she's got really extra dyslexia.
Oh, I don't know. I thought you misspelled it out. Did you know?
No, I don't know how to spell it.
She is dyslexic.
She's not dyslexia. That's just not being informed. All right. So, okay. So, anyway.
You got a scratch on your head.
Yeah, I know. I did that shaving.
Bleeding.
I know. You can't see the dice covering it up, so we're good. Good job. Okay. Just pay no mind to Nurse Karen right over here. So, so one of the I thought, wouldn't it be cool if? Well, let me show you this, by the way. So let's instead of turning this on and off, right, like this.
Yeah.
Watch what I can do just using the buttons. I could do this. Let's say I want to turn that to a disadvantage. I can hit the button once, and he flies away. As soon as he's off screen, I can hit the button to bring him back up.
Yeah.
But he changes. But he changes to a little guy. That's hilarious, by the way. The little guys I love. This whole thing is comically funny to me. So I was saying, well, I could go down. You could go down and get it. So that we could do that. And I thought, it's a lot of sequencing and timing. The other thing I thought that would be cool is that to go from here to grabbing a dice is a lightning bolt could come shooting down. An active lightning bolt, right?
Yep.
Like an electrical arc thing. And then it pulls up the other piece.
So kind of a magnetic effect.
Yeah. And I was like, yeah, no, I don't want to spend. That's too much time. Ruben 258 is out there. Ruben, did you get your download instructions? I think you were asking for those yesterday.
Yes.
All right.
I believe that's all been sorted.
Good.
Going with your lightning bolt idea, you could lightning bolt and then have like a puff of smoke and have the dice just appear.
Well, that's where I went to in my sleep. Because, okay, good, Ruben 258. Good. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, in my sleep, I went to that. I said, you know what? I want to just obscure the area with an animation, like a poof of smoke.
Yeah.
Pop it in, and then do the same if we ever have to turn it off. So I thought, let's play in that space instead. The other thing I want to do is the lightning bolt idea. I couldn't shake it. Okay? So what I was thinking was, well, see there's a little gap between there? We could make that gap bigger. And we could stick a lightning bolt on the disadvantage animation.
Okay.
And we can offset the disadvantage animation so it looks a little springy, just a little bit. And if we're drawing it behind the other die, the lightning bolt would look like it would stretch out and come back automatically with no extra work. That's what I'm talking about. So
now you've got lightning bolt as kind of chain link.
Yes. So I thought, let's do that because it should be easy to do. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do the lightning bolt.
There's no other show in the world where we describe the act of linking dice with chain lightning as easy to do.
We're going to do it. So here we go. And we're doing it from scratch, kids. This is we're going to watch this whole thing. This is what it's like. And I did nothing in advance. I'm on Envato Elements. You can search anywhere you want for this stuff. I'm going to search for hopefully Apple Alpha channel. I'm looking for, actually maybe not a lightning, but I'm looking for oh yeah, come on. I don't like this, where they give me an intro that's 20 years long. That I could maybe use. I actually used, I think, this for the die, something like that. I could maybe use that. I was also thinking about building my own too. Let's see. What's my oh, look at this. My machine is screaming at me to launch After Effects. It's just telling me to do that. Let me show you what building it my own would look like.
Machine is bored. Give machine more to do.
Yeah. Machine is like, come on, Mark. You paid all this money for me. I'm looking for something big.
I was told you needed me for something impressive.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Look, you can see this. It's starting to kick up a little bit. I just opened After Effects. All right. Let me show you how I'd do it myself if I was gonna just crank it out that way. I'd come in and I'd say, I guess, new composition. It's on the wrong page. Hold on a second. Let's go move this up here. 1920 by 1080, 30 frames a second, essentially good. for that. And then I'm going to go in here to effects. No, I'm going to add a new solid. Sorry. Add a new solid. And just click OK on that. And then I'm going to add a new effect. And we're going to go into, this is a free effect from Video Copilot called Saber. I actually use it for a lot of things. It's for rotoscoping lightsaber effects. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go into the presets here. There you can see what you've got here. Electric. I'm going to run that. Let's run it for, like, say, I want it to be about 45 frames long is what I want to do. So let's go into composition settings. Change it, whatever it is. It's 2 seconds now. So let's change it to 1:16, like that. Okay, so we'll change the length of it. And then let's just run it. And usually this takes a while, but my machine's probably just going to be like, I got this. Look at that. Okay, it's not exactly what I want, but it's kind of there. So I could do that. I can also vary with some of these elements in here, right? Like that's getting better. That's getting better right there. And I kind of like that. You know what? I think I'm going to go with this. That's what I think I'm going to do. All right, so let's just do this. We're going to go with this. So we're going to generate that. So we'll come down here. I'm going to hit Control M, which is going to bring it over here. My output mode is going to be lossless with alpha. I need an alpha channel in it. We're going to go throw this somewhere magical. Videos. Do I have a dice section in here? Dice rolls, I guess. Maybe I want to create a new folder called Dice Dragons in here. Because I think we're going to do a couple things in here. So Dice Dragons. We're going to do that. And we're going to call this the electric field. Okay? We're going to generate that. So actually in less time than it took to download the file, some prefab thing, we've got 45 frames of animation. Okay? You know what? I can drop these things if these are bugging you. We don't have to have those things up all the time. Let's go. You go down and you go down. There you go. If you guys want them back up, you can let me know too. All right, so we've done that. I don't even need to save this really that I can think of. Now we're going to go into Adobe Premiere. And I'm going to open up.
I got a question, Mark. So when you were playing this, the actual live effect, which we've now rendered out to video, if I've understood correctly.
We have.
How are you going to account for, do you still need to account for the fact that it sort of gets to the end, and if it loops, it's quite a jarring kind of...
We'll fix that. Thing. What I'm going to do is I'll show you exactly how we're going to fix that. Let me take this guy. I'm going to drag it down to another window and then bring that window up. So here's that guy right here. Let's say fit there. This is the kind of the piece I built. And if we turn on everything here, you'll start to see what's going on. That's what I built. Okay. It consists of, hold on, let me turn this off. It consists of the front hands of the dragon with shadow. That was important, by the way, for believability. It's the smallest little detail, but without a shadow, it doesn't look as good. So I got those there, and notice they're totally contoured to the edge of that dice at this scale. Okay.
Yes.
So we've got that. The die here is also in one of the pieces, and the dragon in the back is one of the pieces, right? Like that. Looks like this is slightly off, but I think it's just the die is a bit too high here. Not a big deal because we've fixed that problem with code, it looks like. Okay, next. I got one folder for the die, and if I go into it, these are all the different die that are out here, so I can select a different die and generate for it. What I want to do is I want to get my advantage and disadvantage, I think. I want to nest those. And we'll call those the Vantage die. And I'm actually going to get it out of here. I'm going to cut it away from here. And I'm going to put it back over here, right in here.
So you're essentially changing the layer that those pieces come in on,
yeah,
so that they can be controlled independently.
Yeah, so now I've got my Vantage die here, and I just want to get it in, and I want to work with it separately because I'm going to create the lightning bolt link here. So that's all good. Let's go to, I got to bring up Explorer here. Oh, and guess who forgot to check in his code? I should do that soon because I want to know what changes between yesterday and today. I think I got all this right. This is all, I just finished this. I just need to come in and say stage all, double check the extensions, make sure there's nothing, you know, exciting in there. Like,
it's always good to just have a quick sanity check. You know, you didn't just drag a whole folder of stuff in accidentally. Right. You know, none of that crazy shit.
Okay, there we go. That's checked in. Good. I'll close that down. How we doing? Yeah. Look, my computer's like yawning at me right now. This would take down my other machine, by the way. To have After Effects still running and Adobe Premiere, it would take it down. Okay, so now here's what we're going to do. We're going to go into Vantage Die, I think. So is the animation here? It's not. That means the advantage. It's not here. It must be on this guy. Let's do this. Let's take this, move it over to the right, and go over here. Go to Effect Controls. Yeah, see these are keyframes right here. These little things. These control the animation for this selected piece, which I've turned off and is invisible. What I want to do is I want to copy this and paste the attributes of that in here. So now we'll get that, and I can choose what I want. I have brightness, contrast, color balance. No, I don't want those, but I do want the motion. So say okay. And so now look at that. See, it snaps in. Even though we don't have die enabled anymore, we have Vantage Die. Vantage Die now has the same motion. Okay. Yes. Now what's cool about this is now I can enable them both at the same time, and I can take this and I can add a transform to it, which means in addition to the motion it's already got, I'm going to give it another transformation, and we're going to move it down to here.
Yes, because Vantage Die should only ever be in play when there is an existing roll about to happen.
Exactly. So now we've got them together. See how they're in sync now? But here's where we can take it and we can move it. We can say, you know what? Let's take all of this, all of these keyframes, and change it a little bit. Let's change it so that instead of starting at the same spot, they start a little later. That's what I want to do. So I'm going to take these, and I'm going to move them over here. I'm going to go to the end. I'm going to add a keyframe right here at the end, just to see what it is. Then I'm going to take that keyframe and move it to the beginning. See what I'm saying? So we've got this smooth animation.
So this should create an ever so slightly elastic effect between the two.
Yeah, and you can see it. This is only one frame animation, but you can see it if I do it one time right there. Now, to be honest, there's another slight problem here, in that these are not elastic in and elastic out. I think I can do continuous Bezier here, and we can get it to look a little bit better. And I think I can do the same. Well, I've done that with here. I haven't done it with this one. We could do the same thing here. To do this, change it to, well, I can't change it here. Oh, because of the mask path. Sorry, hold on. Just this up here. Temporal continuous Bezier. And it might be a little softer movement, okay? So there's a little bit of movement, okay? Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Now, let's get, and we could play with that if we wanted to make it more. But for right now, I'm like, yeah, that's not how I'm going to spend my time. Let's come in here to electric field, open file location, and we're going to drag that onto here. In fact, we really want it inside the Vantage Die is what we want. So let me just cut that. Let's go into Vantage Die, and let's paste it here. And we'll bring it up to the top. Move it over here, right here. Now we need this to be a loop. What's going on? We don't have a transparent background. Let's go figure out why we didn't get that from Premiere, from After Effects, I mean. We can hit, oh yeah, we don't have it. I know why. It's because the default in, I think it's the render settings. Yeah, composite settings, transparent is what I want. That's what I wanted right there. Might as well, while I'm here, do I want to change its color? You know, maybe not. Hold on a second. Do I want to, and there's another plugin here called Color Vibrance, I think. And it does this kind of cool thing. And where it kind of chooses, you pick one, and it'll kind of pick things above and below in a way, in
so
kind of an
you
intelligent
get a color
way.
range.
Yeah, I still like this, but now look, kind of, you can look at the difference of it here, right? There's more, even though I've got this lighter cyan, there's this darker blue around the edge. So I'm going to do that. I think I can crank up the vibrance here more. Is that, no, it's not really making, oh yeah, it actually did it. Oh wait, let me make it bigger. Yeah, that's kind of cool. All right. So one more time. Let's go generate one more time. We want to get lossless with alpha, electric field, replace it. And with replacing it, the cool thing about it is Premiere should get that. Oh, let me undo it. It should reload it once it's done. It looks like, oh, I didn't hit render. Let's hit render. So here comes the render. And we'll switch over to the other one just as it gets close to the end. And we should see it updated. Whoops, it switched back. Where are we? We went here. Really?
Well, that's different.
Tried to reload it. Well, let's delete it and then hit undo. Really?
Wow.
It's like, basically, it says something like it's not available in a
error
lot of
message in
languages.
many languages,
Yeah, as a bitmap. All right, let's just try this. There we go. All right, so now here's what we've got. We've got this piece on here. Clearly too big. Let's fix that. Like that. Let's bring it up. Like to there. Let's make it a little bigger. I actually like it. I like it kind of a bigger, like that a little bit. Let's just run it. Okay, not bad. It's a little bit needs to move to the left. I think I want it a little more centered over this. What do I think the center is on that thing? The high point of it. That's the disadvantage die. That's the advantage die. It's not bad. I'm missing a sense of the tendrils reaching out into it.
Gotcha.
In other words, you know what I mean? I'm looking for a sense that it's holding on to it right down at the bottom. Right.
You almost
here.
kind of wanted to fork at the bottom and hold on at multiple points.
I do. And I'm not sure. I'm not exactly sure if I can do that easily and effectively down here. I don't know if I can draw a line like that and have it follow those lines. I don't know. Let's see what happens when I do this. Do we get anything? What do I have to do to finish it? That? Nope, that didn't do anything. Yeah, I could create what's another way to do this? I know I can get it if I draw a mask in here. Oh wait, hold on a second. Let's do two things. Let's do this and let's go into this. Where is it? It is render settings, customize core type, layer mask. There we go. And what happens if I now take this and go like this and this and this? There we go. That's what we want. Okay. So, so let's do. Let's delete that. Let's delete this. Let's see if we can figure out how to draw a fork. I've never done this in here.
So are you thinking sort of trident tine kind of thing, or more like one of those machines where you're sort of controlling the grabby hand and trying to get a prize?
Trident is kind of what I'm looking for. So wait, I want to do this. I want to do a dot there, a dot down here, and then I think I want to do a dot here and a dot here. Did I lose I lost my effect, it looks like. Darn it. Hold on.
Shit.
Let me undo. See if I can get back to whatever I think I deleted. There we go. All right, so one more time. Dot here, dot here, dot here, dot here, and a dot there. Okay, that's good. I'm not sure how I complete it. I think I do that, and then maybe come back and draw a new one. And then we're going to do a dot here. Can I get a dot there? Oh, no, it's continuing.
You go back up the same tine.
Yeah,
Back out. I don't know how.
I can.
Unless you get it exact, though, it's going to have a...
Yeah, what if I tried this, did this, created something new, and then came back to this? Now will it give me a new one? Yes, it will. It looks like. All right, sweet. There's my other time. And then we're going to bring it right up into here. Come on, somewhere. It thinks I'm trying to... Like that. It looks like by clicking the other one, it thought I finished this. I bet I can move that, though. Sweet.
Oh,
look.
There you go.
Okay, and then we'll do one more time right in here. So we'll do the same trick. We'll do this. There's probably a better way to do this, kids. And we'll bring this one down right here. This to about here. Okay, sweet. Look at that. We're geniuses. We're geniuses. Let's take these.
You regularly amaze me with your skill sets on this kind of stuff.
All right, so I almost want to save this thing now. Is what I want to do. Let's go ahead and save this. So we're going to call this our lightning fork, like that. We've still got our vibrance plugin right there. We're going to generate it one more time. What's happening here? I thought we were going to, it's got a render queue, but it doesn't have the pieces I'm expecting to see. What, did I do something wrong? Control M to render. There we go. Now I got it. Oh, the other one, it's now available all of a sudden. It's weird. All right, so we're going to go into lossless with alpha again. Going to go overwrite electric field. And we're going to replace that. I got a screen on a dialog asking me if I want to replace it on another. There we go. And we're going to hit render. Boom. Yeah, you're going to be like, Mark, really? Can't you just leave well enough alone? Hold on. I realize I want these to be smaller. I want these to be, wait, let's get the pen tool up here. What is it? Alt and that changes it. Nice. I want this to be a curve here. I want these to be a thinner. I want these to be thinner. That's what I'm saying. So hold on, let's see if can I delete that one. Come on. There we go. Sweet. And so to make them appear thinner, I'm going to composite this in two different pieces. I'm going to do that one I just created. And oh shoot, not that. That's not what I wanted. And I'm going to do this. Make this at a bigger scale. Come on, no. And then we're going to put this, shrink it down, and make it fit on the other one. That's what we're going to do. And so that's going to look like, that's what it's going to look like. I could also even do an animation of this too. So it looks like this is kind of, whoops, not that. Hold on, I gotta be careful with the way I hit, where I hit this, where it's kind of moving around. I think I almost want to do that. Hold on, let's do that. Let's animate this. So that looks like it's this mask right here. Let's take its path and we're gonna animate it. Where's mask 4? Wait, let's see what's changing up above. Okay, so mask 2, let's rename this. This is the main trident, like this. Mask 4 is the right side. And this must be the center. And we're going to animate all of these, is what we're going to do. So let's go in here. We're going to create animation pieces for all of these masks, these endpoints right here.
Okay.
All right. And so let's do it. So we're going to set that position there. We're going to go, I don't know, 8 frames forward. We're going to have it out over here, maybe. Whoops, no. Gotta be really careful about where I click. Nope. Oh, come on. I can't quite get in where I want to click on this. Let's go to 200%. Can I get it or not? It's just gonna. Well, it's no. Hold on. It's not selected. Let's get it selected, and now I bet I can do it. There. That's what it was. So we're gonna do this guy over here. Uh-oh, but I don't want both of them. I want just.
Yeah.
I just want one. I can't seem to grab. Hold on. Can I use this tool to select just that one? Yes. Okay, good. So I want to do that. So just move it over here a little bit. Let's take this one. Can I move this one or not? Oh, I can. Cool. With this tool, this is the tool I want. All right. So go forward another 8 frames. And we're going to kind of move it back in this direction. Kind of move this over here a little bit towards the center. Bring this one up over here. And then we're going to move forward about another 8 frames. We're at about the full loop right here. And actually right here, I want to take my original mask pieces, copy them, and I want to come just paste them in here like that. So that we go back at the end of 1 second, because this is a 1 second of animation. So we've got that. The other thing I want to do is I want to select all of these. I'm going to hit the F9 key. That does easy ease, right? So they just kind of a more of a smoother kind of thing that's happening here.
Yeah, so
Okay?
you've given it the keyframe points. It's going to tween all the individual positions between that.
Exactly. So now we're going to go generate it one more time. We're going to say lossless, lossless with alpha. Come in here. We're going to say this is the Trident. I'm going to give it a different name because the last one we just generated is going to be fine from the standpoint of the stick part of the rendering. All right, so we'll do this. Just trying to imagine this. I'm hoping these don't go down too far. These tendrils.
That looks pretty good, even in the sort of the animation during render.
Cool. All right, so, and there's the Trident, so I'm going to drag Trident up here. Right to there. Okay, so there's my Trident. Let's shrink that thing down. Let's get out to fit. Oh, yeah, I think that's going to work. Like that. So if we just look at this for a second, that's better.
That's nice.
If I was going to redo it, I would I'd change it a little bit. I'd make this one a little more to the right. Oh, you know what? Guess what? We can do that. All right, so let's...
Mark inspires himself to the point of doing it regardless. Yeah,
there's the right side right there.
It's going to happen.
It's not hard, right? There's the right side. There's the animation point number 1. We're going to... Whoops. No. Just you. Move just you. So we're going to have this guy up here more. There's that point. The next animation point is here. Nope. Just select that one. Kind of get over in that space. Next animation point is here. Again, select just that one. Move it up over there. And one more. This one should just be a copy of this right here. So we'll copy this and we will paste it in over there. There's the paste. Okay, render. Again. Lossless with alpha. Don't know why it doesn't remember my last choice there. That kind of bugs me. There's the Trident, overriding it. Yes, replace. Okay, come back over here, and we should see it just pop up a little bit right there once it's done with the rendering. How are we doing on that? Oh, we didn't hit render yet. Render. All right. And is it popped up? It doesn't look like it's different to me.
Might have done a little.
Oh yeah, I think you're right. It did actually, because I think it might have been even lower than that.
Yeah.
All right. So okay, so we've got that. We've got the little tines out there. It's, I'm going to say, good enough for government work, as my dad used to say. Let's make it smaller. Okay, let's bring it down a little bit more. Let's zoom in here so we can get this right here. We're going to jump in here like this, scoot up a little bit like this. I want to crop the top part of this off.
Yep.
So we're going to drop that down to about there. And I'm going to feather that edge. So we've got kind of a fade that's going on right there. Then I'm going to take the back electric field. I'm going to throw a crop at that as well. We're going to drop it down. Get it so it's about lined up with around that spot we want it to be. And we'll run the crop from the bottom there as well. Or the bottom instead. So there's the bottom coming up right about there. We're going to feather that. And I'm going to move that bottom a little bit higher up. Right like that maybe. We're going to just adjust it a bit so it's coming in right at the top of the die.
Yeah.
Like that. I think I want to take that out. I want to take it out. I'm going to do this. I'm going to take out the whole thing. I'm going to add a different cropping piece here so I can get a curve. I want to get a curve in here is what I want to do. So let's do that. Let me just get out to fit here a second. I want to make this like that. And I want to crop out just this piece like that. See what I'm saying? That's what I want to do. Let's go back in. The cool thing about this being nested, by the way, is this die is not animated or moving here. So I can get this lineup all correct. The animation's happening on the nested piece. So when we get out, on the nest container, rather. So when we get out, it's like it'll still move up and down. All right, back to zooming in here. Let's get in for the detail work. I think that's kind of good right there. Let's take that, move it just to the right a bit, so we're coming in right there. And now let's kind of zoom out and look at the whole thing and see what it looks like.
That's all right.
It's a little bit all right, but you know what? I actually, I want that the big one to actually be seen from the back there a little bit. I actually do want it to come in more. So I'm going to change. I'm going to change my mask on this a little bit. Let's go to the mask. Zoom in. Yeah, I've decided I want something different. I want, instead of that shape, I'm going to move this up to here. I want the inverse of that shape, and I'm going to invert the mask. So now we have this kind of curve coming in here. I want to try this for a second. Let's increase the feather of that. There we go. Look at this. So now we got this cool spill coming in.
That does look better.
Around that. And I'm just going to bring that down a bit. Now let's zoom out all the way to fit. Make sure this is going up enough so that we can see it. I think that is. Yeah, I think that's fine. So I think that's it. So now we're going to go back to the dragon loop, and we're going to take a look at it. Okay. Too high on the top part is too high.
Yeah.
And we've also haven't fixed the looping part of it yet. So let's drop the top of that. Let's actually fix that too. That's going to be here. I'm just going to bring it down to about there. That's about as far down as I'd want it separating between the two. That's what I think I want to do. Because the dice don't change size, only the dragons do, I think we're okay. Also on the trident, I think I want to make that a little bigger. So I'm going to make that a little bit bigger. Let's try that. Okay, cool. Now we got to get a loop. Okay, here's how you do a loop. You cut somewhere in the middle. Okay? This is now going to be my start, and that's going to be my end. Okay? And then I just need to merge these two together. So now I'm going to find some sort of overlapping point. I want enough that I can do a cross dissolve between them in the middle, like that. I'm going to take...
So did you just mirror the first half of the animation, essentially?
Let me undo everything so you can see it. So here it is. Here's the whole animation. I cut it in half somewhere. By cutting it in half, I now have a start of the animation and the end built, because this will loop seamlessly into that.
That's true.
They swap positions. This goes there. This one comes to the end of that 1 second mark. See it?
Yeah.
And then now I want to trim the excess. So I'm going to get rid of this, and I'm going to get rid of this piece right here. That's the excess. Move this down, and I'm going to cross dissolve it. Okay? That cross dissolve should be, it's not as jarring. Wait, what?
Right,
what?
Fair enough.
Hold on.
I was going to say, without that, you've just moved the jarring movement, but...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on. It's slightly not balanced, but I think we got it. I think it's going to actually look really... Let's see. That's the trident. So you look, there's a little bit of... Here's the dissolve. See it right there? I'll zoom in, and you can see what's going on. Whoops. Here's the dissolve. See it? It's not great, but it's not bad.
It's not bad.
Okay? It's not bad. So, because remember what we're doing here. Oh, who's here? Who's this, Rory? Flave Creations is out there. Hi, Flave Creations. How you doing, buddy? I don't like the mismatch of this cross solve. I'm going to see if I can get that any better. Why is that? It needs... How much of this is available versus how much of this is available? They're about the same. I want to get right in the middle of those two. About the same. That doesn't quite look right. One frame off to the left. Hold on. One frame off to the left. Yeah, I think it's slightly off. What's happening is my cross dissolve is not quite symmetric. And, oh, there we go. That looks symmetric. Sweet. I just want the same on both sides. Oh, it's slightly off, but okay. So I'm just trying to, I'm trying to, you know, you can play with different ideas here. The longer it is, I think the less noticeable it is in general, but you have a longer time where you have this kind of dual kind of thing going on.
Yeah.
I think it's not noticeable, and I think we're good. So we do the same thing for the next one. We cut it in half. like this. Let's move this up because we need like 2 layers to work with. So that's going to be my beginning, and this is going to be my my end. I just swap positions on those 2 sides, find a middle between these 2, 1 and 2, like this, and then we bring this down and we discard those extra endpoints. We throw a cross dissolve on, and we're done. Again, so now if we zoom out to the whole thing, right there, there's 100%. All right, I think we're good. If we come back out to drag and loop once out here, do I have a, I think I might have created in the project a drag and loop many times. I have not. What I can do, find drag and loop once in the project, and there it is, and I can say, let's create a new sequence from that clip. We can zoom into that clip, and we can just start duplicating it a whole bunch of times to see what it would look like back to back.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to take that, duplicate it, duplicate it, duplicate it. I don't care about the sound. Duplicate it, now run it. It's a little too, the animation's a little too chunky for me a little bit. It's not bouncy enough, but I'm gonna say good enough is what I think I'm gonna do on that. You can see it right there. You know, at the yeah, I think it's good. All right, so let's do that. So that's what and this is going to be called. Whoops, so we want to rename this reveal and project, and we're going to call that drag and loop many times. Okay, now we want to generate. Is what we want to do. So we've got now new 2 new die sequences we need to create. One for advantage and one for disadvantage. So this is what the, just again, so you can see, this is what, that's what we're generating for the advantage. And we're going to do something similar for the disadvantage. Here we go. So generating this, we're in the right folder. That's where we want to do it. We'll call it advantage. I'll clear these 2 zeros off of here. Hit save and export. Let's go into this nested piece, turn on the disadvantage die, turn off the advantage die. I want to adjust the brightness of that a second. I think this disadvantage die can be maybe brighter, or maybe I'm looking for more saturated here. So if I increase the contrast, that'll give me a little boost in the saturation. There we go. That's more like it. I wonder if the advantage die needs the same kind of boost. Let's take a look at that. Let's copy that, paste it down here. Yeah, I kind of like it. Let's go in and we'll generate one more time. Call it advantage. And then we're going to create our disadvantage die as well. Oops, I did the wrong thing. I'm in the wrong space. I should have done it from here. I need to do it from the other place. I need to be from drag and loop once. The reason why is because it might have different settings, and I need the settings to all match so that when we run our cropping tool on this, that the numbers we get are correct and this shows up in the right spot. Otherwise, we might be confused as to why it's not showing up in the right spot, and we'd have to, you know, solve it in a way that wouldn't be scientific, because we would just try to solve it by moving it. All right. Should I? Oh, you know what we can do?
What's that?
Roy's like, wait, what? What's that? What can we do? I'm going to take both of these.
Squirrel.
I'm going to notice. Yeah, I'm going to take this and I'm going to nest both of these, and I'm going to call this the trident. Okay.
Right.
Like that. Now that the trident is there, I can now drag a color balance over to it, and we can shift this color to make it look red, like that, right? Where the other one was blue, this one's a red. Yeah, I think that's going to work. And so it's totally fine, right? Because it's like, it's totally connected to this.
Yeah.
There's my disadvantage right there. To this die, it doesn't matter what we do. That's just going to work. All right. It's kind of cool. It's got a little pink to it, but okay. And I think I'm good. I'm going to save this. I'm going to minimize this. We'll keep it running. How's my machine? Stressing out? My machine is like, dude, really? We're not even at 20%, man. So we've got Adobe After Effects up, and we're going to, I'll minimize that too. So that's what we did. So that was a creation of one asset right there. Now let's integrate it. We're down here in the right spot, I think. The PlayStats Manager. We gotta run a tool on it first. We wrote a tool a few shows back, maybe a month ago, 2 months ago, called the Animation Cropper. It was part of our monster asset builder that we were working on. And the Animation Croppers actually turned out really handy as a tool. We just basically go and we say open. We go to, what is it in here? Ready, roll dice. We grab that and we say crop. And it figures out the magic. We open up the next one. Look at what it's done. Sweet. Also, it's built a text file for us. We go to the next one right here, do the same thing, crop. Look at that. It's like we're...
So you're essentially cropping out all the white space, but then calculating the coordinates, the relative coordinates at which it will need to be placed in order to have it appear at the right place. So you reduce the size of your assets, a little bit of metadata to correct for things, and everything is just that little bit more efficient.
Yeah, it's not bad. Let's see. Now I want to open up an Excel spreadsheet, or not an Excel spreadsheet, a Google Sheet. And...
Database, yeah.
No, yeah, this one's not a... Well, no, this one's just a calculator kind of one that I've got. It's called this right here. Yeah, there we go. The Origin XY calculator. And we want to now add the Vantage dice. And they should be very similar what the numbers are. They're probably going to be off by like 1 or 2 pixels. We want to go back out to... We're going to go to that folder, which we can probably get to maybe through quick access the fastest. Here we go. Disadvantage, advantage, open file location. All right, this is what I want to open up right here. So I've got left of 251. So notice the left position doesn't change from the die up here, the dark die and the light die. It's pretty much the same there. And the top is 299. Okay, like that. We're going to take these little magic formulas and bring them down to here. That's what we need when we add this. Those are the magic numbers. I'm going to assume the other one's the same. We're going to treat them both the same. Okay, so now we got to go find our, back to the overlays. We've got to find our where we add the advantage dice. Now here, we're going to need to change this. We don't want to call create ready to roll dice sprites. We're going to need to call create Vantage. I guess I could say Vantage right here. I'm a little wary of the longer name here because it makes it harder to read. But I think I'm going to do that. We want those 2 numbers that we just got here. First one should be the same, 48. Okay, I'll take it. And then a negative 12. Like that. Negative. Okay? We're going to do that. We're going to go to here. And we're going to grab this. We're going to replace that and that. That may all be all we need. Let's try it. Here's a refresh.
Very cool.
And let's get to the other app, do the refresh there, hit the button, bring up Advantage. Oh, you know why?
Why is that?
Because the file names have not changed. And because OBS has cached the previous results. So the numbers are in place, but the file names are not.
Oh.
Let's see if I can...
Can you force that? Or is that a kill the stream and back again?
I have seen, kill the stream back. I'm not going to do that, but I can rename the files. But let me try this. I'm going to do a refresh here. Before I just turned it off and turned it on, let me do this. Let me actually turn it off, right-click. I'm going to refresh it one more time, refresh, turn it on. I've refreshed it like a bunch of times. Let's hit F5 here, and let's hit the button. What do we got? Nope.
Nope.
Oh wait, look at this.
Strange flashing effect.
One frame.
Oh, it's there, kind of.
Yeah, but it's coming in at a different scale.
Yeah.
Does it make sense? At all?
No.
It might make sense if there was an error, right? Isn't that funny? Okay,
That's
let's.
different.
Yeah, it is totally different. What do you want to bet a reset would fix this? I'm going to do this. I'm going to give them new names. I'm not sure if I can do it here because I've got like 30 files I want to rename. I think I might have to go generate one more time.
Can you cut them to a different folder and have them vanish, and then refresh, and then it goes, oh, they're not there anymore.
Oh, that
and
might
then
be a
bring them
really
back.
good idea. Let's try that. Let's do that. Let's create a new folder. And we're going to call this just temp.
Welcome to our new show, how to outsmart Edit and Continue and OBS.
Yeah, you know what? I don't even care. I'm not even going to try that, Roy. I'm just going to move them here, and I'm just going to say that's my new location for these files. Okay? See what I'm saying? I'm doing
even
that
better.
instead.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just going to do that, and then OBS is going to be like, ooh, okay. So let's do that. Let's do that. Let's go into our code here, and we're going to call this, I think we're going to say Vantage / I think that's all we need to do there and there. Let's try it. Refresh. There's the refresh. Refresh number 1, refresh number 2. Here comes some advantage die. That's weird.
Well, those dragons are not quite making it on screen.
I think there's a problem. I think it didn't find the files is what I think it didn't find. That's what I think is going on. Because I think there's an error that's causing them to stop from going up is what I think is the error. That's what I think. Could we move them back and try the whole thing again before we did that?
Maybe.
Let's try it. We'll do a copy, and I'll come down here and do a paste.
I mean, it's not going to make it any worse, right?
Yeah, and yeah, I think I'm suspecting that's kind of the issue here. Let's come in here, do the refresh up here, do the refresh here, bring up some buttons. Nope, we're back to that.
Okay.
What is wrong with the file folder? We got to check to figure that out. Let's figure that out. Vantage / disadvantage. What is wrong with this? There's the file name. Oh wait, I think I know. Is the file name used in 2 places? No, it's not. Vantage / This should totally work. Where's the folder? Ready to roll dice. Vantage. Feels like it should work. And give them different names. I wonder if there's a way. No, it does a different naming. There's a different naming style in here. I think we got to regenerate them. That's what I think we've got to do.
If we had code before that knew the names of the dice images and was using them, did we not overwrite those files when we generated?
Yes, we overwrote those files.
So they actually don't exist on disk now, the some of these frames that we're seeing.
No, I think they do exist on disk. Let's see if we got errors. Let's do that, okay? Let's see what we got. Bring them up again. Okay, they're down here. This is back with the Vantage.
We definitely got errors of some
Cannot
kind.
read property add shifted of null. And I think that's, oh, what's this? Disadvantage die sprites. Disadvantage, oh, we're not getting sprites by name. The problem is get sprites by name. Here's what's happening.
Right.
We're passing in, we're setting the name here in create ready to roll Vantage die sprites. Okay? That's what's happening there. I think I want to not set it here, and I'll manually set it on the way back. Or I don't know. I've got to basically take this .substr is what I need. Starting from file name .index of. I don't really like code like this. It's kind of like yeah, I don't know.
You're essentially trimming the numbers, is that right?
Yeah, I'm doing that. Let's do that.
You know it's 2 digits, so it's take last. Mind you, know you've got the extension as well.
No. It's none of that. This file name is what we're passing in here. It doesn't have the digits or the extension.
Oh,
the
okay.
engine does this. So I basically want to find that position, and I think it's index of that +1 is what I think. And it'll skip to get the next one.
Yes.
That's what I think it is. Let's just throw out a console log here on that. And let's save it. And let's refresh here. And let's refresh here. Let's hit some buttons. And let's go back over here. Okay. What's up with my scale?
Can't quite see it through the stream, but it does look good.
Oh, you can't because there's other stuff on the main stream. The scale is up on these. I might have. Let's see what's going on. Why is the scale different? These two look the same, right? In terms of size, the sizes look correct to me.
Yeah, the preview does look the same.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what I'm talking about, right over there in the preview. The preview looks the same. Those are the same. So why is our scaling not working? Are we scaling these dice? Also, why aren't these moving? Oh, wait. Hold on. We generated the red one from the wrong location. That's what happened. This one is in the correct location. It's hold on though. We've got a couple issues to clean up here to do. We got to do one more generation from Adobe Premiere. I generated from here. I got to generate from the loop once. That was the problem. Remember I said don't do this? I did it. This is right after I said don't do it. And we're taking it now from in here. Now we've got a problem again because of the caching. All right, we're going to do this. That's it, what we need right there. Boom. Export. And we just got to bring it up a little closer. Here, let's drop all of these that are on their mainstream so you're not seeing all of that. Okay, that should be good. We have a problem with the center of the of this guy, I think, and I don't know. This seems like it's too high. Is what this feels like, and it seems like we can fix it pretty quickly by just adjusting that number. And so I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to throw it like at a 12 instead of a -12, and I think that's how I'm going to fix this. So we'll do this. We're going to now go to. You hurt?
No, there's
You okay?
a weird animal in our back.
Okay, so that's. She came in. I thought, oh my God, she's hurt. We need to call this real. So we bypass the caching. And we need to get the movement. I think the movement, we've already made that change, so let's see if that works. So here we go. Refresh there. Refresh here. Bring something up.
Middle one works, kind of.
Disadvantage is not working. Oh, you know why?
It's also a little lower than it needs to be, but...
Disadvantage isn't working because we haven't cropped it yet.
Right.
Guess what?
Regeneration.
Yep, and we got it. And because of that, hold on, we got to do a couple things here. What's the distance there? So we need to make this even closer. So I'm just going to keep pushing that up a little bit. We'll go to... What do we need? We need to go about 60 up, maybe. So we'll make it at 72. And we're going to have to run our cropping tool on this and move these to a new folder. That's what we're going to do. Yeah, I don't know if there's a way you might look into this, Roy. and say,
Yeah.
like do a search, OBS force empty of cache and reload on a browser overlay. All right, there's the open there. Let's do the crop. Okay.
So apparently there's a location on disk where the cache is physically stored that you can go find and maybe delete. Sounds like it could either work perfectly or just destroy all the things.
Yeah, I could do that, or I could do this and just be done with it. Let's kill these for now. Let's kill these for now. Yeah, a little bit of focus saves a lot of time, I would argue. All right, so there's the real advantage. Come over here.
Did I see you only write the phrase real vantage somewhere rather than the real? Yeah, there we go.
Okay. You okay, babe? Did you figure out the creature issue? You saved it for me? Okay. Thank you.
Do you want to see something funny?
Yeah, of course I want to see something funny.
Look.
Oh, you're disappearing? Yeah.
It's funny.
It's funny. Okay. Refresh that. Here we go. Here come the disadvantage. Okay,
That's better.
Not better. I mean, not bad.
Can I ask why the dragons and the dice?
Why?
Dungeons, Dragons, and Dice, don't you know?
All right. So here's what we need to do. We need to actually create these first, so they're drawn first. We
Yep.
can solve it that way. Okay. So let's do a quick refresh of it. Okay. I'm still thinking of an answer to your question. I'm not blowing you off, just so you know.
I'm just saying the dice rolls were pretty dramatic. Now they're more dramatic.
Right.
Is there a creature
And
over there?
your point is?
Your point is, Rory says, and your point is. Okay, let's try one more time. Okay, there. That's better.
That works.
It's better. I think it's not bad.
That worked.
That worked. That totally worked. Coding Gorilla, missed a couple things from you. Fly higher, little dragon. Yeah, you could also do regex.
That was the locating the / I think.
Yeah, I think you're right. I am not that guy, Rory. I mean, Rory and Coding Gorilla. Let's see.
I think that's what he meant.
Yeah, it would be a / not a backslash there, I think. But yeah,
Same principle.
I'm not that guy. I'm not the regex guy. All right, I'm feeling pretty good about that.
Yeah.
It's not bad, and it's kind of got a sense of believability to it, right? You're like,
there's,
oh, okay.
There's absolutely nothing like spending a couple days handcrafting some dragons, some dice, some electrical connectivity with them to have somebody come and ask why.
Why are you doing that? Yeah, I know. You're right. Okay, still thinking about an answer for that. I'm going to move them a little closer. I just want them a little closer so we can see them connected like that. And we'll do one more refresh on here. Refresh there, and refresh there, and bring them up.
So I have this theory that little cutie will be far more enthusiastic about dragons if hers was bigger than anybody else's. Or smaller.
Yeah.
Depending on how it works.
Yeah, no,
There's maybe a little bit of social engineering to go on there.
well, that's a great idea. We'll maybe do that. Yeah. It's incredibly hilarious if all of ours are small and hers is regularly bigger, right? Why do you have it bigger like that? Yeah. So I think that's good. Now, changing from that to this, to this, to this, to this, or to this, to this, we need to fix this now. That's what we need. Let's see what we can find out here. So back over to here one more time. Now I'm going to think.
Actually, I've got a good answer for you.
Yeah.
Because battle unicorns can't hover in place with dice.
That's our answer, is what you're saying. That's the answer.
Well,
to
I
the
don't
question?
know. Why have a dragon? Because a battle unicorn can't do it.
Oh, I see. Right. Now I get it. I'm with you. Okay, I'm looking for like a top-down kind of thing. This one's good.
That's not bad, is it?
Yeah, these are some individual ones. We'd certainly do that. Oh, that one was good. Yeah, I'm good with that.
Yeah.
There it is. That's it. Okay, so we'll take that. And I want to go where? Videos. And shoot, oh wait. Dice Dragons. Throw the smoke zip file down there. It's already downloaded. Look at that. Let's unzip that. Extract everything here. Good. Got our smoke. Let's delete. Yes. And let's go back over to Premiere. So here we are in Premiere. Let's see if we got enough space here to work with. I'm going to say, do we? I'm going to say we do. We just need to cover the die. So I'm going to actually work in this space to create it, and I'm going to use this for scale and all of that. So we'll come back over here. I think it was the second one we saw that we liked, maybe. Is this it? Nope, I don't think it was that one. We still may use it anyway. Let's try the third one. I'm assuming that there's a correlation between the order in which we see. Yeah, it was that one right there. Okay, so let's drop the size. Let's get it over the die. I'm going to do it over this one instead of the one below.
Okay.
Because I have more room for it to expand out into the edges, and the other one's too close to the bottom. So just to get the expansion right, make sure there's enough room, and then we'll move it all down when we have to. All right, so let's look at this. So at this point, we've effectively obscured the die. So we know it. This is the point when we can make the switch. Oh yeah, that's going to look good.
It is. It's looking like it's just the right size, the right shape,
I want
the right
just
opacity, and so forth.
Just for play, though. No, don't stop. Don't do stuff. What are you doing? I don't need pudding now. I'm on a diet. I started my no pudding diet. Pudding.
Hey,
come on.
pudding.
All right,
How's
so
it going, man?
I got a second die. I got a second one here. I'm going to use both of these. I'm going to...
Okay.
Jetson's here. Jetson.
Tear that pudding, says Jetson.
The altitude is so high. Yeah, get that pudding out of here, Jetson.
Smoke effects, right?
Good job, Jetson. It's a lot of effect. All right, so here we go. The clouds went well with the smoke effect. All right, so I want to do a couple things here. I want to tint this to match. I want to tint the smoke to match the dye color we're switching to.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm going to have two variations of it. So this is the bigger one. The bigger one's on the bottom. Okay. So I'm going to make this one, we'll tint them both. Really easy way to do that is just drop the color balance to RGB and take away the colors you don't want. So I'll drop down like green and blue. I could do that. And you can see I've got this really intense red. It's not bad. I might come in and give a little bit of green and blue back. Like maybe let's try 33 both and see how do we feel about that. Yeah, it's a little less intensity. I can crank that intensity up by going into brightness and contrast and throwing the contrast up here and maybe darkening it a bit. And throw on the color balance and take away some saturation. It is a little more saturated than I want. I'm actually trying to match the dye color and the saturation of that image of that red right below.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to do. Also, I think I want the outer one. I want it darker and I want it more contrasty is what I want. I think I'm going to bring these back up a little bit. I'm going to say, let's do the 66 here, 66 there. And darken, see if I can, I'm trying to get a little more detail in the smoke if I can find any. Right there, I'm feeling like I get a little bit of shadow there in some of the pieces. Just a little bit of that. That's nice. Boom. And it doesn't, this one does not have to match the length of the loop because it's not a loop, right?
Yes.
So we've got one, smoke two. We want to do something similar.
It is literally a one shot.
Yep, it's a one shot, so we can go as long as we want. I'm going to add some, ooh, cool, look at that. That looks kind of cool. I just bumped the red up, is all I did. And so we've got this kind of thing, you know, I'll drop this down maybe to 80, and I think the other one to 82, 80 as well, I mean. And now we've got this kind of cool, kind of high contrasty. I kind of like it. I think I'm going to darken it a bit. And I'm going to bump up the contrast as well if I can. So there's a little bit of dark. Let's bump up the contrast. All right, what are we looking like? It definitely is going to take your eyes away, right, from anything going on in there. I'm wondering if it's a little too artificial looking in the color combo, is what I'm wondering about. I'm wondering if, let's take this and drop the saturation from this even more. Oh, hey, we got an answer for you. I'm so glad you came back. Yeah, the reason the dragons are holding the die is because battle unicorns can't fly. And it just wouldn't make sense to have the battle unicorns do it.
I just wonder if the die rolls need any more attention. That's what I wondered. I wonder if they do.
Okay, take her away. Think about that. We'll all talk about it at dinner tonight, I'm sure.
Oh my god. I know. That's so extra. Overkill Productions is now, there's like an overkill production.
It's just been squared.
Overkill squared.
You came with me?
I just can't.
How about if I make you a salad tonight?
How is that gonna
It's an act of love. It's an act of love.
what I have to deal with on a daily
I'll make you an intense salad. All right, I want to, let's figure out the back here. I want to get it brighter. I'm going to go back over here. I just want this to look a little, I'm feeling it's just not looking natural to me. And I'm like, I'm kind of wanting something more from this. So, I don't know. Let me just see what I got.
So what would natural be in this context?
Well, I've got two different distinct colors. I'm trying to get thinking maybe, what if we got the colors the same? Oh, you know what we could do is this. Let's try this. Copy this. Let's come over here. Let's reset remove the attributes, all of them, flat out. And then we're going to come in and just paste the same attributes in. And then everything. And go. And now what do we got? Okay, better. Now I just want to change one a little more than the other. And I want to offset the upper one so it comes in later.
Okay.
I want to do that. Whoops, not there. I want to move it. So we've got a 1, 2. A little more than that. 1, 2. Yes. See it?
Yep.
Better. And now I want to... It's bright. It's bright. I'm wondering if it... Because I kind of want it to be the same color as the die. But I think it's going to be okay. 1, 2. And then it goes away. I want it to drop opacity as going away. I'm going to throw one of these on. Throw one of these on here. So it just fades out a little more as it gets weaker. Wait, when does it actually disappear? Right about there. They both are gone there. That's better, I think. I want a little differentiation between the front and back. I think I want the back a little darker. So take the brightness down a little bit more. Let's try that. Yeah, I think that's it. Okay, let's turn off these other pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we just have the smoke. Whoops, not what I wanted to do. And that's it. All right, good.
Is that in the physical location that you wanted? Did
no,
you move that down? Yeah.
We'll have to adjust that. I'm not too worried about it, though. So we're going to go to, I need to get back to assets. And is it dice? Ready roll? No. It's not dice. It is in there. And now we're going to call this the die burst. Die smoke, die poof, die smoke.
Any of
die
those
blast,
are good?
die blast, die smoke. Die smoke screen, like that kind of a thing. That's what we're going to do. We'll generate that.
pay no attention to the dice behind the smoke.
Bring up the creature cropper. And why did we get out here? That's weird. Oh, because a folder we were trying to get to. Let's find dice smoke. There it is right there. I hate it when this happens, when the first frame is completely empty.
Mm.
Yeah, I got to live with that for the rest of my life. So I'm going to just crop that out. I can't. I tried to work through it. I was thinking it's just going to cost too much in therapy.
Yep.
Take all of that. Take that first frame out one more time, and let's generate it. Called it die smoke. Go. Okay. Now come back to creature cropper. What? Why aren't you remembering the last folder? That's weird. There we go. And go. Okay, cool. Let's add the sprite. Ready to roll die smoke is what we'll call it.
Mm-hmm.
We'll do this. Create ready to roll sprites. Die smoke is what it's called. What is our... this
It's
is
the same location as the Vantage dice. Well, I say that. Those have got an adjustment necessary because they've got their lightning attached.
I'm going to do this instead because oh wait, it's this. Sorry, I don't need that. It's there, and then we're going to call it die smoke. We have a different frame rate that we need to pass in for this, so I've got to move it to its own. How many frames do we got? 87.
Mm-hmm.
Die smoke. That's not a loop. That's just a sequential. It's going to go to the end and play. We're going to, we need to set the origin, X and Y on it. And set those other values. Origin X, we need to offset it. What do we got here for die smoke? 202 and 204. (202), 204. This will get us close. 9883. So it's going to be 98. This one's going to be 83, but we ended up adding to the other one, I think something like, what, about 80?
You added 60 initially, and then you added a bit more.
Let's see what happens, and we'll figure that out. So there's our origin X and Y. Say they should be that. We're going to need to move it down so it's in the right spot. Now we got to use this at the right place. So let's go search for the word Vantage.
And this also got to be created after the Vantage dice, so that this shows up on top of.
Oh, it's going to be drawn after them, is what I think you're saying.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me go back up. We don't have drawing. We haven't drawn it yet.
Oh, true.
So let's go do that. We need to draw it, and we don't need to update its position. We just need to. It does not move actually, and we don't have to disable gravity on it. So it's an non-moving sprite, but we have to draw it.
If you don't disable gravity, will gravity not affect it and therefore it fall off the bottom of the screen?
No, only if I say moves is true. But
I see. Right, yes.
So, so here we go. We're going to draw all of this. We want to draw our smoke last. I don't really ever need to call update positions on smoke because we're not moving it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I'm going to add the code to do it. I don't know. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Okay, so there's the smoke is going to be drawn there. Let's go continue our search for Vantage. Here we go. Here's where we're adding it. We're adding both here and here. We're setting their opacity, though, to 0.
Mm-hmm.
Here is where we're making a change. And this is in Launch the Dragons. That's not, we don't care about it here. Because this is just flat out, we're bringing them up from the bottom.
No.
Let's
That's
keep
right.
going.
The dragons have got them in the first place. There's no need to pull the switch with the use of smoke.
Right. Drop, die, and hide the dragons. We don't need to worry about it here. Show air explosion. What's this? Hack feels wrong. Fixes a state bug. We have to clear after the dice. I think it's okay because, yeah, it's only, yeah, I wrote this yesterday. Not finding it there. Where are we actually changing that opacity? I maybe am thinking we should just look for opacity equals 1 or opacity equals 0. Update player. Here we go. If the vantages aren't correct, we correct them, then we show our high vantage side. There it is. That's where we want to be. Okay. So we've got 3 scenarios here in which we want to use this. Okay? And I think what we're going to modify is this. We're going to create 3 numbers, 2 numbers at least. The hue shift, because I want to use that same thing to shift it blue so it matches the blue die. So we're going to say hue shift is equal to 0, but I also want a saturation shift. I want to go to gray if we get rid of it.
Yes.
Okay.
The absence of any dice. Because previously the logic was we're going to change, use smoke of the color of the dice we're moving to. Well, if we're not moving to a dice, we need that third option.
Yeah. Okay, so there we go. I've got hue shifts and saturation. And then I have this piece here, and I want to switch on this guy right here. So switch that. I do love this template in CodeRush. It's huge. And then we're going to say, we're going to set these individually here. So if it's normal, our saturation, I think it's going to be 0. Like that.
Okay.
If it's advantage, our hue shift is going to be equal to, I'm going to guess at about 210. And we'll see how that works. And if it's disadvantage, actually, I don't think we have anything we have to worry about. So we don't really care about that. It's just those 2. Okay, then we're going to come in to this guy, and we're going to say add shifted. We have a slight problem in that this is going to happen too soon.
You want to put on a delay
I think
for
I'm
the
going
length
to throw
of the animation of the smoke. Well, halfway of the animation of the smoke.
Yeah, I want to. That's what I think I want to do. I want to. Let's turn on the die here. Yeah, the die
smoke
is.
needs to be a
die
little
is
big.
So right
Oh, no,
there. So
That's
what are we
good.
at? We're at 6 frames in. So 6 frames in, we want to. At 6 frames. Change opacity. If we're going to normal, it's going to be gray. Yeah, it's the color we're moving to, it's going to change to. So I think that we're good there. The starting frame index. Well, I guess... set opacity for die is going to get the sprite based on the player ID. I feel like I need a function here that's like a function that's going to return a sprite proxy that's going to be get sprite for player. We'll pass in player ID like that, and then we're going to have code that looks like this. And then we're just going to say return sprite right here. Return sprite, and down here we're going to say return null. And we got to pass in some sprites like that. So now I can come down in here. I can save this, simplify this code down here. Get sprite for player, passing in sprites and player ID. We want to have a QSP for constant of type sprite proxy. And then we want to say if there's a sprite there, then we want to set it to do this line of code right here. Okay?
Yeah.
Maybe put that in a brace there just for convention. Interesting, I don't have syntax highlighting on this if yet, keyword yet. Not sure what's going on with that. Maybe do this. Come on. And constant I'm missing as well. What's wrong here?
There's some kind of a graphic. Is that a marker on line 452 at the end after the return null?
Yeah, that's a coder's marker.
Okay,
that's nothing to do with its syntax highlighting. Yeah, we're losing it here with number.
Have you got something just prior to the word sprites, the type on that signature?
No, I don't think so.
So sprites colon some character signature.
Let me cut the whole thing, paste it back in.
That could just be my screen. No, that's fine, isn't it?
I don't know what's going on. Same problem up above here, I just noticed. It's weird. It's a little unsettling. Okay, get sprite for player. So we want something like this. This. And we need to do it for both of these.
You have got some kind of an error on line 436 under the if.
Oh yeah, that could be the problem, right? There you go. That would fix it. Okay, cool. We're going to get this. If this thing exists, it should, because we're creating these no matter what. Then we're going to have our X and Y positions here that we can get from that sprite. We can pass in hue shift, and we can pass in the saturation. And that might work. We still need to do this. We're going to see this we need to fix, but let's just see if that works. All right, here we go. Refreshing. Refreshing. Here come the dragons. Let's change miles. Okay. And then let's bring it back in and change miles. Give them advantage. I did not see one there.
Nothing happened there, no.
And let's give him a disadvantage. One came for there. Go back to advantage. Nothing going to advantage. And going away. Why doesn't advantage get one? We should have them in both. It should not matter. Could it be that we're not calling this show or hide vantage if we go into that scenario? If vantage is not equal to last player stats vantage, we should totally get in there. So let's look at it one more time. Let's see if we figure this out. Going to disadvantage, we see something and we see it switch. which is bizarre. We see a hue shift if we're going to disadvantage, which is not the, that shouldn't be the case.
We should have a hue shift of 0 and saturation 100 because those are the defaults.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the new advantage we're going to right here, player stats advantage. Oh, here we go. Starting frame index. My bad. Just had those mixed up. You find that funny, Rory? Did you find that?
Ever so
Was that you
slightly.
laughing?
But in fairness, I didn't see it either.
I'm gonna
so-
get a plane ticket. And I'm gonna come over there and kick your butt, Mister. All right, so here we go. Let's look at it. Going to advantage. There we go. Blue. Going to disadvantage. Red. Going to normal. Good. Now we just got to move it
Good.
down over that right spot and delay it. So if we say the origin is out in this space here, and we move the origin closer to the top, then effectively the image moves down and to the right. So we want to move the origin. We want to subtract from both of those pieces there to kind of get that in the right spot. So we'll subtract from here. We'll go, let's do minus 48. Let's do 48 there. Let's do 40 and 43 for both of these and see how that works. 1, 2, refresh over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's bring those up actually. All right. Okay, that's lined up.
Left to right's good.
Yeah, left to right is really good. Now we just got to bring it down, which means we got to subtract more from the y here. So let's take it to negative 12. Let's throw a negative 12 at this thing. Save it. And refresh there, refresh here. Bring it up, change it. Not bad, just a little bit more. That works for me. A little bit more. Let's go to like say 18, negative 18, and refresh. Oh, just got to refresh over here. And now this should work.
You got a rogue dragon off to the left of the screen.
Yeah, that's because I didn't refresh it. I did. I brought it up before I refreshed, and I think it might still be there. Yeah, I don't think we'll be able to get that guy off. Is what I think. Till I refresh at least. Okay, so here we go. Let's bring Fred back up. Look at that. So Fred's there. We go. Advantage. Advantage. Yeah, it works. Now we need a sound effect with that.
Yeah.
And we need to delay it just a little bit. Okay, so let's delay it. 6
It's
frames.
almost like it's running quite fast as well.
What, does it seem like it's running fast?
Well, maybe it's because there's 2 explosions. It's kind of a shockwave for the second one following the first.
Yeah, it is. It's not
That's
bad.
cool, though.
It's not bad. Okay, let's go get to the point where we add this. Let's now set up the timer here. What is it? Set timeout. Handler is going to be change dye opacity. Let's go declare this. Let's terminate the line so things don't get crazy. Let's come down here, change dye opacity. And drop a marker here. We'll come back and add parameters. I'm going to come up here, do a bind call on this. Why am I not getting there we go. Did we get it? Yeah, there we go. No. This dot. There we go. There we go. Okay, good. And the timeout is going to be 6 times
6 frames worth.
FPS 30. FPS 30 is really the interval. So that's going to be in milliseconds. That should get us close. Sometimes I've found we have to adjust that a little bit. And then we want the arguments. We want to send the advantage sprites the player ID, and the new opacity, which we'll have to create a variable for. And so we're going to come down here. We're going to say VN new opacity. Nope, sorry, LN new opacity. Down here, it's going to be this. Just a single line of code down here. We might be able to get this whole thing in fewer lines of code than what we had before, even with the set doing it later. So we're going to set timeout. We're just taking the advantage type, the player ID, and the new opacity. So we're just going to set new opacity here or here. This is going to be set equal to 1. Otherwise, it's going to be equal to 0. There's number 1 timeout. And then down here, I'm going to do number 2 timeout, which I want to do this and this, and send the disadvantaged sprites out. And get rid of that. How are we doing? Good.
That seems good.
We need some parameters here. So we need our sprites. We need our player ID. What's going on? Going on there, Fred?
I love the coincidental nature of the animation playing in front of Fred. It is a dragon's wing, but it looks for all the world like he's just giving somebody a slow, sarcastic clap.
Yeah, you can give him a one-handed clap like this, too. He's almost got it. There's my player ID, and then here's my new opacity. Okay, that's coming in there. And I think we need, that's it, new opacity. We've got to use that right here. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's got a shot at working.
That's got a good shot, yeah. It's nice and easy to read, too.
Let's do it. There's a refresh there. There's a refresh over here. Let's get to the dragons page. There they are. Let's bring up Lady. So I'm going to work, or we'll work with Lady, which is right there. So change her to disadvantage. Boom. There you go.
Nice.
Advantage. Yeah, that's nice.
That'll do it.
Poof. And it's gone. Yeah. Boom. Boom. Just need a small little poof sound effect, and that just takes our suspension of disbelief, and
It compiles. Let's ship
and
it.
we're done. Let's look for a poof sound. See what we can get here. No. No. That's why you come to the show. It's for the dancing.
Oh, yeah.
That's a potential.
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Maybe. Wait, what's this? Maybe that.
Yeah.
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Let's open this one up in another tab just in case we don't find anything else better. That's way too crazy.
Audio Jungle.
Maybe.
Audio Jungle.
No.
Audio Jungle.
Too much.
Audio Jungle.
No. Oh, here. There you go.
Audio Jungle.
Let's use that one. Cool.
Audio Jungle.
I'll put this over in my special effects folder, my sound effects folder, I mean. Right here. I guess we'll throw it in dice and maybe just put it right here. We're just going to open that up. This is like an ad today for like elements.envato.com. You know, it's an ad for, here we go. Do I actually have any sound effects specifically for the die roller? It doesn't look like I do. For the Dice Dragon, so I do right here. So let's go back up in here. Let's cut this. Go up to the Dice Dragons and let's paste it. This is where I have all the Dragon Screech sound effects.
Yep.
And we're going to WinZip extract here. What do we got? There it is. It's a WAV file. Our engine only plays MP3s, so we got to open that up in Adobe Audition. It's an Adobe Audition one too. Yeah, that's a nice sound. It's nice and subtle. I'm going to just kill it from here on because we're talking. We got a bunch of other things going on. We'll save this right back out to the same place. We'll turn it to an MP3. And what do I want to call it? I want to call it the Die Smoke. That's what I think I want to call it. Die Smoke. It's Die Smoke, like that. Okay, that's done.
Right, Mark, I know we're so close to the end, but unfortunately I've overrun again. I've got to go, mate. Sadly.
Not having enough fun for you, huh, buddy?
Well, you know, what are you going to do?
What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Everyone's trying to do the party, but we're already on Sirens. I got to step away and then come back. All right, Roy, we'll see you, buddy.
All right, bud. I will catch you on Tuesday. Have yourself a great weekend. I'll see you soon.
All right, see you soon. See you next Tuesday.
Bye, bud.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, so there's my Die Smoke. It's inside Dice Dragons right there. In fact, I could probably save myself a little bit of typing if I took what I have on the clipboard, which is that, went back to here, copied that, and then now we can go in, and we got to do that smoke right here. We need a sound manager. Do we got one? We have one right there. So let's go in here. Let's take what I've got on the clipboard. Let's just kind of throw that there for a second. Let's take this, our sound manager, and let's throw it in. Let's throw it in here as the first parameter here. Show our high vantage die. So we're going to throw the sound manager at it too. Then we're going to come down here and we're going to say, hey, sound manager. Let's say play MP3. And that's what we want to play. And I think that's it. Let's refresh. Refresh. Believe it or not, I want a faster refresh than this. I think there's a way to do it. There is. Okay, so now let's switch right here to disadvantage. We don't hear the sound. Why not? Oh, that's why not. There. So one more time. Refresh. Refresh. There you go. It's important by having the sound at the same time that there's motion. When we hear the sound, our eyes are, our brains and eyes are looking for motion, so we can sync the two together, right? If we don't have that, it happens and it's not as effective. There's not a sense of, oh yeah, I get what's going on here. So not bad. We created in a pretty short period of time. We took it to the next level, right? We've got it so that the dragons are holding the die we're going to be rolling. When we go ahead and roll the throw, the saving throw, these dice will come in and you'll see them. They're just doubling up. They're in the same color here because that makes sense. But there are different colors there to indicate which ones they are, advantage or disadvantage. Yeah. So that's kind of cool. All right. One more thing. Well, nobody's here to stop me. Maybe that one right there. Anything else that looks like it at all? Let's open it a new tab. Anything else? No, I don't think that's it. No, no, no. That's fun. I like that effect, but maybe for something else. No. That's potential right over here. Yeah, that one. That's got potential. Let's compare these two. I kind of like this one. This one's a little too long for me. I could kind of work on shortening it a little bit. I just want to give him a little bit of fire breath. You know what? I changed my mind. I'm going to go with this one. All right, so here we go. Call this Dragon Breath. We're going to go back to Adobe Premiere. We're going to take both of these. We're going to nest these into their own group called Dye Smoke. And we'll turn it off for sure. We don't want to work with that right now. We want to get that dragon back up. We're going to put that breath coming right out of the dragon. That's what we're going to do. Dragon breath right there. We just drag it and drop it down on top of here. I think it's just too big and we're not seeing it. We shrink it down. There it is right there. Get that right over his mouth. All right, so let's look at this. Yeah, it's totally believable. Once we get, you know, it's just got to line up, right, at the right spot there. When it goes up, but it's believable. It's totally believable. And then this thing runs all the way out. If we were to copy that and, well, I don't know. It's going to go to the other. Got something in here called mini, I think. Where was it? Is it up here? No. The word mini in it. There it is. We put it here. And play it on, you can see what it would look like. It's believable. What's weird though, oh, I know what's happening. I'm like, wait, what's going on? Oh, what's happening is over in the Dragon Loop once, this is still on. So let's go back over to Dragon Loop many times. Now look at it one more time. There we go. So here it is. It's nice. All right, so that's good. It looks like it's going to get cropped at the top though. See the hard line right up there? We need more space in that. I think the scale is right. I think what I'm going to do is this. I'm just going to copy this. I'm going to maybe we'll keep it. We'll do that. Let's come in here and say we got a new sequence. No, maybe I don't want to do it this way. Let's not do it this way. Let's duplicate this. No, you know what? I'm going to do this instead. Sequence. I'm just going to change the settings here. All right, so let's do this. We need it to be taller. Let's make it at least 1080. And now let's take this guy, move it down. Okay. Let's go to fit. Are we fading out before we get to the top? I think we are. Just want to make sure there's no hard edge up there. One way I can test that is we can add a new item, black video. Take that black video, drop it in behind it, and then throw an invert at it. Now we got, oh yeah, look what's happening. See right there? The Dragon Breath itself video is cropped at the top. That's what's happening. So what we know what to do, so we don't want to see that when our generated piece, we're going to add our own crop to it, bring the top down a bit, and then feather that. Like maybe to there. Good. Okay, good. Now we can take the black video out. I'm going to take this one off right here. We're going to make that. Just want to clean up these sound pieces down here. I don't need those anymore. Let's declare, let's generate this, and then we'll crop it. There's the Dragon Breath. Go. Let's get our cropping tool ready. Maybe not running yet. Looks like I need to go maybe start it up again. All right. Yeah, he's got the vapors. Justin, you thought that was a strange poop sound, or are you talking about before? Did I miss you? Yeah, I think I missed you. That was before when Roy was leaving. Okay. You're talking about Fred has the vapors. Got it. Okay, here we go. Open. Are we done with the generate? Let's double check that. Yep, we're done with that. And red roll dice, I think, is where we are. Here, dice smoke is there. Dragon breath is here. There it is right there. Crop it. What animation package is that, please? It is our own custom animation package that we built from scratch on the show. Everything here everything that's animating these guys is stuff we've written from scratch. So it's, you know, that's what's there. The source code for it, it's actually not bad. There are parts of it that I'm like, okay, right? If we were like going to, if I was going to, you know, turn this into a product, I'd have a good starting point. But, you know, it's all out there open source right now. It's on the, I'll show you the, where we are. It's also part of this giant, excuse me, it's part of this giant, bigger thing that's also got the, you know, the coins and the drones game inside of it, all of those things, the dice roller. It's all kind of in one big solution here, the Mr. Announcer Bot solution. But that's it. Here, I'll put that in the chat room there. But yeah, that's what we've built. Everything we were seeing here, we built on the show for the most part. In fact, everything you're seeing right now, you've definitely seen that. We've definitely built that. Okay, we've now got that cropped. Let's go load it in. So we're going to go back up here. Let's look at our dice smoke. That's going to be a good model. Excuse me, Dragon Breath right there. Ready to roll dice, Dragon Breath. Where's our, here we are. Dragon Breath, right there. So by the way, how many of these do we have? How many frames of animation? It's weighty, 250 frames of animation. So we're gonna throw that at it right there. Come on, there we go. Animation style is sequential, means it's going to play through once and then clean itself up. Origin X and Y. I gotta get this right. We're going to also need to scale this. We are going to need to scale this. We need to scale it to the dragon scale. Let's figure out the origin X and Y on this. This will get us close. Left 204, top 202. Hold on. I'm in the wrong spot. Dragon Breath. 267, 160. $33, 127. Like that. There's my Dragon Breath. So now the question is, when do I do this? How do I trigger it? How am I going to do that? Let's also make sure we're drawing it. We're drawing it on top of everything else. I think we need to track the time of the last Dragon Breath. So that equal to, whoops, equal to some number 0. If timestamp minus time of last Dragon Breath is less than, let's create a constant up here type number called min time between Dragon Breath. No, I'm not quite going to do this. I'm going to do time of last Dragon Breath and time of next Dragon Breath, like that. And I'm going to come down here and I'm going to say, hey, if time of next Dragon Breath is equal to 0, then let's set it. No, if time of next Dragon Breath is less than timestamp, like that. So then I'm going to set it. It's equal to timestamp plus random, something between, let's play with right now since we're starting with between 1 second and 4 seconds. And so there's my time of next Dragon Breath. And actually, my time of next Dragon Breath has got to be set to a big number here. I'll just make it -1 for now. So time of next Dragon Breath is less than timestamp. And so -1 actually should give me the first one set in there anyway, so I think we're good. Random dot between is what I need here. So there's a random between right there. Time of Nyx's Dragon Breath is that. And it's time to do a Dragon Breath right now. So that's how I'm going to do that. So that'll kind of get me, this will get me started for some testing data, and then we can change this, make this much bigger, farther apart, so it seems more natural in terms of what's happening. Now I'll say this dot breathe fire. And I think that's all I need. So there's breathe fire. Now we want to find the dragons that we've got. We can use this as a model. Ready to roll full dragon sprites. We can go this dot, oh no, wait. So we're going to randomly pick one of the dragons. So I'm going to, we're going to do this. We're going to say ln for the dragon index. And we're going to set that equal to random dot max of the length. And we want to floor that. We want to math dot floor that. Math dot floor that. That's our dragon index. And it's a const. I think we want to also, I think we could arguably say, hey, look, if that's equal to 0, then we get out of here. Firepower says, so it's safe assumption that you guys play D&D. Yeah, we kind of do. I do. Yeah, we do it live in the evenings on the, if you're in the time zone in the United States or up and down that part of the world. And we're live at this location out here at Dragon Humpers. Okay, so if the length is there, then we're just going to get out of here. It's possible we have no dragons and we're calling update and there's just nothing out there. We've got our dragon index. Then we can now go grab that sprite and get its data, and that's going to be our player ID. Right? We also want to get the sprite. Yeah, are you a D&D player out there, Firepower? Okay, player ID. Good. All right. Now we know where the dragon is. We want to also check to see, hey, if the dragon, if its ease point, no, the sprite, sorry. If the sprite dot ease point that means it's going up or down. So we're going to create this function. You'd probably put it in sprite proxy. I want to put it up in, I think, animated element, because that's where the ease point is, as I recall. Isn't there a time remaining? Username, get username. He's now following. I think I want a percent complete as a function. That's going to be useful, I think. What's going on with these? Delta scale is used down there. Time passed is used here for percent complete and only there. Lifespan also only used. So I think what we need is this. And let's see if we can extract that into its own method. Not even giving me an option to extract it. Nope. Oh, because of the return statement up above. I can also do get remaining time and see if it's greater than 0. That might be the easiest way to do it. Do I have a start time on this or not? I think it's not. It just goes immediately. All right, so there's, I think, my use point still active. It's in the use point. Okay. So I want to rename that, I think, to just still active. Like that. Okay. Back over here. Oh, that ease point is not accessible. It's protected. Okay, let's do this. Let's take still active. Let's change this up. Let's go back to animated element. And here we'll say, create something that says, whoops, not here. Ease point, still active. There we go. Okay. Back over here. Okay, so if the use point is still active, then I think we're out. There's nothing we can do at this point. I'm going to pass it in some time. Okay. Next, we're at a point where we can breathe the fire out. So we want to say this dot, what is it, something, dragon breath? Did we add it? I think we did. There it is right there. Add. I'm going to just do its direct 1-to-1 of the sprites X and the sprite Y. And I think that's all I need to put in. Dragon Breath pieces are being added automatically. Maybe I don't even need the player ID. I was thinking I would to get that X position and Y, but we've got it. So this is going to be off, but then we'll work our way in and get it in the right spot. So let's try that now. Refresh. Refresh. Nice. We got some breathing here. Let me drop all these down but one. And because I'm trying to figure, is it the right or left? It's to the left. It's lined up pretty close. The Y is not bad. It's happening pretty quickly back to back because we said the time would be between 1 and 3 seconds. And it lasts more than 1 second. So, all right, so let's move it to the right. What does that look like? I'd say 100 pixels. About 95 pixels. What we can do is instead of changing it here, origin X is 33. I got to do that thinking thing I do again. Yeah, Fred's got a bit of a hot spot. You're right. Well, that's super cool, actually. I didn't think about that. Yeah, you okay, Fred? Fred looks like he's okay. But that is kind of cool. He does turn his head in a little bit, but right now it looks cool on Fred. I was just thinking, oh, I wonder if we could do that. Yeah, he kind of lifts his head and turns it a little bit. Yeah, it's kind of cool. Okay, so if this is it, if we want to move it to the side, we have to go this way, over here. So the origin X, this should be maybe -70, I think. And this should go up a bit, which means I think we need to push this down a bit. So let's add this to 147. Let's try those two changes and see how those look. Refresh number 1, refresh number 2, bring up one of them. There's one. It's not bad. So we need to move it a little further over. So we're going to say negative, what is that now? About 15, 16 sprites it looks like, 16 pixels. So let's change it to -86. And how's the height? Height needs to come up. Oh, you know what we're not doing? We're not scaling it. Height needs to come up. Which means we're going to drop this down. Let's make this one 67, and we've got to scale that sprite. And then we want to say Dragon Breath.scale equals sprite.scale. Let's try that. Here we go. Refresh. Refresh. Here comes some players. The scale has changed where it's putting these things. It wasn't scaling it before. Let's put up more so we see if we can detect the pattern here. How far are they off? Okay, let me try something else. I want to change this from add to add shifted, because the difference is that add shifted has, if we go and drill into that, it's offsetting. It should be offsetting. Oh, no, it's not. It's create color shifting sprite. And here, there it is right there. It offsets by the origin X and Y. Whereas I think the add does not, because, and for legacy reasons. Let me go jump into add here. Oh, no. We are doing it. I was wrong. Okay, cool. So then that's just going to have no change at all. Okay, so here you can see this guy is like, he's much closer because he's at a larger scale. it's this. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure. I need to think about this in terms of what's happening here. Yeah, I think I kind of got a sense of what the problem is. The add, if we go into here, this is adjusting by the origin, but not by the scale, that origin times the scale, which is kind of what I think we need to do. I think what I want to do here is, instead of setting the origin to what we did before, let's go back up into that where we set the origin. Let's actually set the origin to the center of it. So to do that, we're going to open up Dragon Breath like this one right here. Find out where the center of that thing is, because that's where we want to line that up to the mouth. And here I've got it at 184, 387. Okay, so we'll change that to 184. And this one to 387. All right, that's step one. Step two is we need to find where the mouth is on the dragon based on the dragon scale relative to its X and Y. So its X and Y is going to be, hold on, I think we can figure this out. The X and Y, let's do this. We're going to open up one of these guys here. And we're going to open up, this is saying, that's not the one I'm interested in. The dragon, full dragon comes in at 281, 265. So I'm going to put a red pixel there just for now, not save it. But I'm going to do a red pixel right there at that spot. Size is 1, opacity is 100%, and it was 281, 265, which I think is around here. 281, 265. That's it right there. All right, so that is the center point of the dragon, right? We need to move up to here. From there to there. The distance from there to there to get to the mouth, I'm just going to drag a rectangle from here to here. And then I'm going to copy that and paste it in. And so now the image dimensions of this, it's 3 by 46. So now when we get back to our here, let's create those two constants here. We're going to say delta x is equal to 3. And delta y is equal to, was it 46? That's what I think it was, 3 by 46. Yep. Okay, and then we need to come to here. We want to put the sprite at the same 0, 0 location, but if we do that, the breath is going to come out of that dragon right from its chest, and we want to move it up here. So we now want to subtract those deltas, is what we want to do. But we want to subtract them by multiplied by the scale of the dragon. So we're going to say minus delta x. By the way, if this doesn't work, I got no clues on how to solve this problem. Times sprite.scale. And this other one's going to be the same thing, that times delta y. Minus sprite times, or minus delta y times sprite times scale. And then we set the scale of dragon. And I think that might do it. Angry Little Hamster's here. Firepower is going to go off for a little bit. Hey, Firepower, need to do some compliance trainings. Okay. Dropped a follow there too. Catch you guys live. Okay, thanks, Firepower. And a lot of interesting channels on Twitch today. But had to come over here. There be dragons. There be dragons, says Coding Gorilla. Yeah, so let's see if this works. I think there's a shot that this works, and then we're like, cool. Then we just tweak the time for the dragon breath, and we're good. Here comes the refresh. There's one. Here comes number 2. Let's bring him up. What? We're really far off? That's remarkable. And we're off by varying amounts? That's also not, that's a little disheartening. Why are we so far up? Do I need to add it instead of subtract it? It's not what my math in my head told me it was going to be. Let's see what happens. I don't have high hopes for this one either, though. There's the refresh. Here comes some dragons. Ooh, we started it as he left. That's not good. Yeah, the plus or the minus doesn't matter. And why do we have this one up here when this one's gone? That doesn't make sense. There's Lady back in. Oh, it's to the upper left. It's that way. All right, let's do this. Let's just get it close by without these mods here. And let's see what happens. Yeah, let's just say sprite X and sprite Y. See what our overlap there is. I was anticipating that was going to put it coming out right from the dragon's chest, is what I thought that was going to do. Here comes a refresh. That doesn't make sense to me at all. Let's go into the image editor. This one is correct. This one we said was 193.89. Did we get something close to that? Yeah, that's pretty close. Origin X and Y right there. Well, I'm not sure how to go about fixing this, is my current conundrum here. Data, I want to set the data here equal to the sprite data as well, so that when we descend, we can drop it down with it. It's clear I need to move it over, but because of the scaling, I'm not sure how much. And I'm also confused about why are those so far away from each other? Why is the X position of this sprite, when I'm trying to set the two X positions equal to each other, because of the offsets, everything should work okay. It should all work. I don't know. I feel like what I got to do, and you know, I don't really, I hate it when I have to do this kind of thing, but I want to start playing with, I just want to play with numbers and see what happens. Sometimes we can find a solution when we do that. So that's what I'm going to do. Because I don't feel like I have the mental capacity to understand what's wrong here yet and mathematically calculate that. So let's see what happens. Yeah, it still doesn't seem to help. It's not anywhere near where we were expecting to be. Yeah, now, yeah. I'm just playing. It's like, be like, what are you doing, Mark? What is the sense of this? But I'm playing with this. Although the origin Y, this isn't going to work for the origin Y. It's not going to work. So the logic won't work here. I was thinking, well, could we keep adding origin X? Because clearly this needs to continue moving over a bit to the side there. Come on, why isn't the math working on this? I think that I got to go back to that and look at that. Yeah, so if I specify the origin X and Y at this location, then if I go, say, go to that location, let's try something else. Hold on a second. This dot get X. I thought I had a get X on it. It's in, I know what it is. Hold on, breathe fire. We need update. Shoot. Hold on. I'm actually going to take this out of update for a second. I'm going to put this in draw instead. Because, wait, draw doesn't have what I want either, though. All right, we'll keep it here. I'm going to add a parameter to update, which is going to be this, which is going to be is this up in Dragon Game? I'm looking for, I thought there was a, I get player X. That's what I want right there. I want that guy. I'm going to try to get the X inside of this update call. And I want to just see where that X is that's coming in when it calls this and see if that helps us at all. If we can nail that X position and put it in there, it should be really close to the center where we want it. We need to get the player index, which is where they are left to right. We can get that from their player ID. And then once we get that, we can get the player X. And then we can create a new constant of type number. And we're going to say this, we'll call this X. It's equal to that. What do we do? What happens when we throw X here? And let's refresh. Refresh. Hit the button. We have a bug. Why do we have a bug? Let's bring it up over here, find out. Okay. Back over here, refresh.
That's a bug.
I believe you. We got a part ready to roll dice 00. We lost a file name. Somehow some corruption to the code up here. Do we got a call stack? Doesn't really say what it is though. Player ready to roll. Player ready to roll dice. It's somebody's passing in an empty string. None of the changes here make any sense for that to explain that. That doesn't make sense either. Let's go over to here and just take a look at our changes, recent changes, see what we can find here. Yes, we just made that change. That change shouldn't cause this problem. Create ready to roll Vantage die sprites. That should still work because we're passing in that. I'm about to hit undo and refresh till the problem goes away. That's all good. Breathe fire. Shouldn't have anything to do with it. Sound manager, we already did that. Sure, hide Vantage. We're not even calling this yet and bringing them on screen. I do not know what it is. I'm a little bit surprised. This is our only clue. It can't find somebody's added an asset that's empty. Let's try this. Do we have it? Wait, is there a clue here? Can we get in? We might actually be able to get a clue here. Ready to roll sprites. File name is empty coming in here. So we do have a bit of a call stack here that we can work with. There's the problem, line 79. of player stat manager. Okay, that's definitely the problem. I'm not remembering which one went here. I think this is actually doesn't belong here at all. I'm just going to undo. want to get back to that line to see what it was. All right, fine. I'm not going to do that. We'll take it a different path. I'm going to comment it out for now. I almost think it's like I may have copied it and pasted, and let's do that and see what happens. Okay, refresh. Refresh. Still nothing happening. Different error? No error this time. Are we sure nothing's happening? I don't even get that. So we've got the full dragon. It doesn't make sense that we'd pass the same parameters down to something else because nothing else matches the shape of that. We have no errors here. How did we break it? Let's go find draw. Save that. See if we're getting a draw function out here. Yep, we're getting in the. We're definitely getting in the draw. Update. Yeah, we should see an error in here. Which I'm not seeing. And we're hearing the sound effects, which is really weird and interesting. It's weird that we're getting those. Yeah, if we were to look at the original code, there was nothing between this one and the next. So that was a piece that we added. Well, we added this parameter. That was one of the last things we did to update. It doesn't seem like that would cause the problem, though. I want to throw a build at this. I want to see if there are any errors that might give us a clue. And I'll undo this change, I suppose, too, as well. Wow. No errors. Thought that might have given it something. All right, alternative, let's do the undo. All changes made to files and subsequent global operation will be lost if you continue undo. Yes, I'm going to do it. Undo, undo, undo. I can't see where I am. Do I actually have any undo? Yep, I got it. We got the console log there. That one's back in. The problem is back there. We're taking out the player that we're passing in. Yes, again, we're going back even further. Yes, we're going to keep going. Here's where I try to get the X. Let's just do a save. Let's see, is this going to work? And we got this problem up here. Okay. I just still don't understand what led to it and what took us away from it. Let's fix that problem, because that we don't need this anymore. I'm just going to go forward from here is what I'm going to do. All right, let's go refresh in the main one, in the stream. All right, we're there. Now let's go. Okay. Let's go back to what we were trying to do here before. This. Like that. We go in here. Do we have this on our clipboard history? Yeah, something like that. Okay. Pass that in here. And there. Let's just do that change. Let's be cautious here. One bit at a time to see what's going on. Where are we breaking it? Still working. I don't know where it is. I think this maybe end up being a mystery. All right. So now let's call getX on it. So we're going to say I get player X dot get player index on the player ID, which is right there. I maybe need to do as number. I think. What's this? Not used. We're going to pass in X here instead of this. That's what the test I was trying to do. Like that. See if that X gets in there. This is what I was trying to do, and for some reason we weren't able to. The X is not lined up. All right, let's work on getting the X lined up. You've returned from foods, Pudding. Good. Again, I'm playing with numbers here. Just going to work on trying to get the X to work.
Fail!
It looks like it's the same distance off, though. Yeah, I'm gonna resort to a hack here, kids. That's what I'm gonna do. Don't do this at home.
Hacked!
Yeah, it's gonna be hacked, is what I think it's gonna be. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna just get it there in the right spot, is what I'm gonna do. What's interesting is about the X offset here, it seems to be the same physical distance between those two right there and these two here, right? The pixels seem to
Going
be
off rails!
yeah, it's not. I'm not proud of any of this. Not sponsored. Wait, pretty much is the more music
Won't
is
be pretty.
more epic with the Bose headphones. Got it. Not sponsored, but we wish. All right. Yeah, not pretty. Won't be pretty. You've got full control over the whole situation, kids. But that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to say, look, we're pretty close with this Origin X we're adding to it. I'm going to just figure out what that is.
Too
Guys,
bad.
be nice. Be nice. Origin X is 184. That's too far. I'm going to make it 160. And we're going to use Delta X for that variable instead. So I'm just going to do this. I know. Nobody's proud right now. There's 160. Nobody's proud. All right, let's come back over here. And refresh over here. And then bring it up. Wait for some fire. It's closer. I want to bring up more to see, get different sizes and see if that X position of the fire. Yeah, it's the same distance.
Closer!
Okay, so we're going to take this to 155. And now our delta Y. Our delta Y is, what are we doing now on the delta Y? We're adding origin Y, which is 387, which is too far down. We're going to take it to let's say what's that about? That's about 120. So let's make it 260 as the delta Y. Here's the refresh. We'll see what happens. Getting closer. Now, here, the distance to the mouth is different based on the size. But here we can get this over his chest and we can do math to get us the rest of the way. So, not bad. Okay, so it's a little too far to the right still. Let's make it 40, 35, 45. Let's try that. It's a little bit too far to the right still, by about like maybe 5 pixels. Maybe 7. Let's change it to 37, 38. And the 260, the Y here, I want it, I actually kind of want it right where it is, I think. And then I want to do math to scale it up. That's what I think is going to work. Well, I guess we try 2 things. We try getting it right over the mouth and see if it's in sync all the way. And if not, we'll undo it and come back. Okay. So let's try just this. So we're going to say, let's lift it up. Let's change this to 240 and do a refresh. Refresh. And that one looks good. Holy cow. Is this going to be it? We need a bigger dragon. It's not bad. It's kind of believable. Needs to go a little further to the right. Change this to 140. That looks like it's going to work. I thought the dragon was on fire. It's a fire-breathing dragon, guys. It's got to breathe fire, right? Oh, the bigger dragons, it is off on the bigger dragons. Look at this guy when he breathes fire next. It might be a while. Might have to get lucky. The smaller dragons, it's good. The bigger dragons, see he's low? It's subtle. It's a small problem, but it's a little subtle. Yeah. But it's an excellent effect for just randomizing the thing pieces. It's not bad. Like, we could live with it and say, okay. Yeah, I think what I want to do is take it back down to 260, which is the middle of the chest. And then I want to subtract this height 46 times the scale, I think. So we'll say minus 46 times sprite.scale. That's what I think I want to get to. Let's see how bad or good this is. Looking for the big one. Well, how does it line up on the big one? The little ones look good. There. Okay, so not too bad. We got some math in there with our hack. It's nice. Now, I want to try, when I see one go with fire, I want to now drop it. I want to drop that one. So I'm going to look for one to breathe fire, and I'm going to try and hit that button. Here we go. Here. Slight problem there on the drop. I think I want to drop the fire as well. I think I want to drop the fire. It'll be a little weird to watch the smoke move down with it, but I think that's what I want to do.
That's a bug.
Okay. All right, so we need to get the dragon breath. When we descend, we need to go find this. So we create, that's not it, hold on. Here's where we create the sprite proxy for it, right here. We set the data equal, whoa, that's not right. Okay, that'll be way better. We set the data equal to the sprite's data, which means it's the player ID. So that now that means we can find it when that player drops, and we can just fade it out right immediately. That might be the better way to do that. So let's go look at this. Let's go find Descend, the dragons. There it is there. And when we say drop sprite by player ID, I think I want to say this dot fade out. I really want to create a method just for this. Fade out sprite by player ID. Yeah, I'll create a new method for it. Let's base it on drop. Let's go look at drop. There we go. We basically just need to get to this point here. And now we're going to say fade out time is equal to pretty fast. We want it to fade out like in about maybe 500. And then we're going to, actually, I think there's a method on it called fade out now. Fade out now. And we just give it the amount of time. So 500. So we're just going to get out of there. That's what I'm going to do to solve that. All right, here comes the refresh. Refresh. Okay. And whoops, let's get it there. I'll drop it now. Okay. Drop it now. Yeah, I think it's working. Drop it now. It's not bad. Drop it now. That's not bad. Ooh, that's not good though. It was descending. That should never have created that. Yeah, that works. That one did not though. It was descending and it created it. The ease time definitely was existing. Did we lose that code? Maybe. I think we were in update inside here. These points still active. It's right here. Get remaining time now. That should be returning true. Oh, I know why. Because when we drop, we're not actually using the ease. We're not really using that anymore. We're not using the ease point. We only use it to the fly up. Give me a second on this. We just need to know if it's dropping and moving, that sort of thing. I think we can do it this way. Or this dot velocity y is not equal to 0. I think that will solve it because I think that velocity y is calculated as it's dropping for us automatically. Let's try that. That one didn't fade it out though real quickly. That's not fading it out. How do we lose the fade out that seemed to be working before? What is going on? Oh, check it out. Oh, no, wait, that's not. No, we're good. I thought I was looking at something different. Okay, that's good. Are we actually passing in the right value? I think we might not be passing in the right value here. I think that it may have never been working, but I just happened to do it in a time that made it seem like it was working. Yeah, I think we got a problem here. Hold on a second. It is descend the dragons. I think it was never working. It just looked like it was working. Yep. Fade out sprite by player ID. That's the problem right there. It was never working. I hate it when that happens. Okay, when I think it's working and I've talked myself into believing that. Okay. Drop. There it is. That's more like what we're looking to see. Drop. Good. Yeah, it's not much better. Drop. And it shuts off immediately. Drop. And let's bring more up here. Drop. Drop. Way better. Who's going to give me a... There, you? Okay, whoops, wrong one. Drop. Okay. That's not bad. We could color shift on the fire, which would look like that. Let's try that and just see what it looks like for a sec. That looks cool. I think I might be into it. That looks really cool, actually. Yeah. It looks cool. Okay, now let's change the time on this. So we'll drop that down so it's not happening so quickly. It can happen anywhere between...
Compiles. Let's ship it!
It's between 3 and 6 seconds. Somewhere in that range, we'll do it. Yeah, it feels natural, right? By giving it that wider range, right? Anywhere in that range. Okay, we'll refresh it one more time. Yeah, this is a shippable. We can ship this one right here, I think. Kind of interesting with that bug in the middle where it's like, what was going on with that? We don't need this guy anymore. So it's cool, right? The fire is scaled to the creature. The positioning is good. Nice. Got different flap rates, right? It's just enough to make it, you know, give you a sense that, okay, something good's happening here, right? I like the variety in the colors too of the flame. Super cool. Add some advantage. Nice. Look at how cool that is. Right? Add disadvantage over there. Yeah, the sound effect gets you in there. The kind of electrical effect is looking good. Yeah, I'm totally buying it, right? It's like, okay, I got it. And then we roll the dice. Here's an intelligence check. That feels really good. Okay, what's our times? All right, I'm going to stop the show. I'm going to say thanks to everybody for hanging out and watching. It was great to have you with us. Tomorrow, we'll be back. I was going to do a little more tracking of the die. We'll do it tomorrow. Tomorrow, we'll work on the die coming across on the die's hitting us is being rolled in TypeScript, comes back. We're going to analyze that roll that comes back for monster saving throws for monsters in the game. So for example, you know, these guys right up here, right? Whoever those monsters are that we're targeting in the game, that's That's what we'll do. So we'll get those saving throws rolled automatically. When we roll a spell, that'll cause them damage. And we'll calculate the damage, that whole thing. And that hopefully we'll get done tomorrow. We'll have a good week of making some cool changes to the code. Code's out there, by the way, out there. All the stuff we're writing is out there. The resources are not. Boom. I'm going to send you over to Oh Bother. I like that guy. Have fun, guys. Have a good, if I don't see you tomorrow, have a good weekend. Otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow. Oh, user get name. Ask for copy Code Rush as well. User get name. The answer is yes. Look for your DM. I'm going to DM you right after the show, right after the raid. You'll get it. All right. See everybody. Talk to you later.